Hi everyone, it's Cindy here with Chess Girl Vegas. I thought I would show you this match. It says you executed a great checkmate attack, capitalizing on your advantage to secure victory. It was a 30 move checkmate. I got the final checkmate by bringing the rook up to the back rank, to the 8th rank. I'm going to go through the match right now. Try to make this a very quick video. Happy Sunday. It's Sunday here today in Vegas. It's raining. It's been raining and drizzling on and off since yesterday. My opponent was from Italy. It's a good game. Said I played like a 1600. My opponent played like 14. My opponent had 2 blunders. Ouch. I did not have any mistake, miss, or blunders. I did have 5 inaccurate moves though. But anytime you see this, no mistake, no miss, no blunder, it means you moved your pieces very efficiently and didn't make mistakes, you know. Blunders are the worst thing on the chessboard, typically. And I had 3 great moves. Alright, let's start the match. King's pawn opening, e2 to e4. Move 1 is right here in yellow. Move 1. White always moves first in a chess match. I also want to give a shout out to my grandson James, my granddaughter Olivia, and my other grandson Judah. I catch them sometimes turning on my YouTube channel on my phone. So I want to say hi to them in case they click on this video for a few seconds. They're young, they're little, they're 6 and under. Okay, so my opponent brings c5 down, c7 to c5. The pawn, the pawn right here came, and it says the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square, which is right here, with the c pawn, which is right here. This is the c file. All right, and then I come here, and my goal is to push this pawn here, and if this takes, then I take back with the pawn or with the queen perhaps. Okay, knight to c6 is a book move, developing the knight, increasing the influence in the center. So influence in the center is, like this pawn, this knight, and my influence in the center are these 2 currently. And, okay, d4 is a book move, prepares your bishop for development. It opened up so I could develop this bishop somehow this way. Okay, c takes d4 is a book move. This is an equal trade. Right now in this position, white is up slightly, less than 1 point, and if you recall, everybody, pawns are worth 1. Each pawn is worth 1, whether it be black or white. The knights are worth 3, bishops are worth 3, and the late Bobby Fischer thought that, and he's a great chess player, he thought that, he's one of the greatest chess players of all time. He thought that bishops were really worth 3.5. That's how he valued them. And he played many years of chess, where it was his only focus all day, other than, exercise and sleeping and, some other stuff. But, okay, I take back. It says this is the Alapin Sicilian. I've played it 36 times as white with a 46% win. Okay, also it said get better at this opening. I need to study this opening. I need to learn it better. I need to work on Alapin Sicilian defense. Get better at this opening. So what happens when you want to get better at it? I guess you click on this, and it runs you through some drills. Okay, chess openings. Learn and explore chess openings to try in your chess games. Search more than 3,000 lines. Find the perfect chess opening for you. Explore variations and master chess games. Okay, so see, all this is on chess.com. Okay, Alapin Sicilian defense is one of the anti-Sicilian openings. White can play against c5. And again, remember this is c5 right here. C file. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And these are the ranks. Every square on this chessboard has its own unique square. This is A1, this is H1. This right here is h4, you know. This is e4. The Alapin is a popular opening among club level players, with grandmasters also using this opening. Okay. Okay, the Alapin is a well-respected, popular opening. It's bypass. It can help you bypass the extensive theory of other Sicilian lines. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so check out openings on chess.com. Okay, this is where you find it, is under the Learnings tab, the Learn tab. Okay. Oh, and this shows you how popular it was. Huh. So only 3% of the games they're aware of did it then, versus 21% now. And it looks like it got as high as 24% in the year, around the year 2000. Okay, look at the graph, like that. Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, all right, see if we can hide it. No, okay, we're gonna have to get back in the game. Back in the game. Okay. Yeah. And anytime you play a match and you are, this game rating is higher than your actual rating, and it's higher, like sometimes I'll play a match, maybe the game rating is 1250. Okay, that means I played better than my rating, you know. But ideally, I'm happy when I see these 16 and 1750 ratings. That's nice when that happens, you know. And sometimes you play a match and you just play really poorly, and your rating is significantly lower than your rating, especially if you blunder early, or you just lose or resign very quickly. So that's frustrating. Okay, getting back to what we were doing, just going through the moves. Okay. Yeah. C takes d4 back. It's the last book move. Yeah, that bishop's ready to be developed. And I brought my knight out to guard this. So if this knight took, I take, okay, this bishop comes down, gives me check. Yeah, excellent. I found the best move, which was blocking with the knight. I thought about blocking with the bishop, but that's not the best move, I don't believe. And let's just see the difference. So yeah, it just says bishop blocking was good. White still has the advantage, but that this, yeah, wow, this is a move that's twice as good. Twice as good, 0.69, 0.69 versus, what was it, 0.30. Shouldn't have done that. I missed a better way. Okay, I should have guarded with this bishop and got the bishop out so I could castle. Okay, so it wanted me just to do this, and I'm up 0.91. I did this. Wow, I lost my advantage with that move. That was a bad move I did. This came down. Yeah, and I can't take because, you know, I'm lucky to have won the match. So I protected the knight. Captures, I take. Oh yeah, I'm always forgetting. Just generally take with the pawn. Plus it would help support this pawn. You know, because most likely this bishop won't take that. You know, so here I'm up 1.07. Yeah, I end up getting down in the match. So right now I'm up 0.61. I give a check. I was hoping to grab this, but then the knight came back to defend, which was the best move. If the knight didn't do this, see, look, if it went like this to defend, my plan was just to take the knight. That was my plan. And then that would have been a great move. I would have been up 4.4. So I took my little shot at that, you know. So instead of being up 4 points, I'm only up, 0.4 at this point. I castle. Alright, so I didn't like this move because, right, then that's going to take. And then where am I going to go with my queen here? My queen's under attack. I mean, I don't want to take this queen, then, I'm losing big time, right? I'm losing like crazy with that. So, yeah. That's not what I did. I castled. I came up. Okay, it says I should have gone up 2 here. Interesting. Yeah, I generally don't like making these big pawn moves in front of my king. I'll move 1 square maybe. I might do something like this, or maybe 1. But 2, I'm not good enough to really understand this move. I've made it a few times, but, it's probably not what I would do early in the match. This attack, so now I'm forced to take. That takes. Now I have to figure out where to move the queen, right? I'm under attack. I have to figure out where to move it. I just go there. Okay, it said it was good. Okay, I like this better. Interesting. I would have thought that if I was here, this would have come down next. So what if I go there? Up 0.18. I mean, this is what I would have done then. I mean, you can't take this. Okay, I'm on white. Alright, if this came here, I could just take. Alright. Getting back. This is how you review your matches, everyone. You just try to learn from it. Okay. See, that helped remind me, guard the pawn with this. Try to keep your center. If you can keep your center, you do better in your matches. Also, I thought about taking this here. I'm glad we went back because I wanted to do this. Let's see what happens if I do this. Let's think about that move. En passant. Alright, E takes D6 is an equal trade. It's good. I'm up a pawn here. I'm up 0.23. Show follow-up. That will take. Then where do you go? Do you do this? This takes. I take. This is under attack. If you take, then I take, then you can't castle, then I take. I'm up 2. Could have been good. Oh, now it's saying my board is like I'm up 4.5. Okay, that would have been good. Get back again. Okay, so I also could have kicked the knight. The pawn would have taken. I would have taken back. So many, there's just so many moves and possibilities in chess. Okay, so here was when I should have brought the bishop. It could have guarded the pawn, and then I could have castled, Instead of taking with the bishop, I should have taken with the pawn. So right here, material is equal. We're on move 10. I would say we're still in the opening because all the minor pieces aren't developed. We still have a bishop here. We still have a bishop here. Neither player's castled. So we're still in the opening, in my opinion. And okay, now white is castled. Rooks are connected. That's a good thing in chess. Black castle 2. We're castled on the same side of the board. White is still slightly up. Material count is equal. Yeah, I didn't know I just felt like I didn't know what to do, so I pushed a pawn. And this is where it's saying I should have pushed this one. Okay, I just decided to take. Now I move back. So it was an excellent move. Should have gone there. Yeah. I thought about coming here. Was a little worried about this if I was sitting here. I know I could have moved, but... And then I thought I could be guarding this pawn. Okay, the rook came over. Yeah, it's trying to do a discovered attack where it attacks this. Where this bishop goes here attacking my rook. And then my queen's hanging. So. Okay, so I just moved over. Yeah, I didn't want it being able to do the discovered attack. Yep, see? See? Yep, that was the discovered attack. Says rook f to c1 is a powerful square. Good job. So I moved my knight down and I don't really... Yeah, I didn't like this move after I did it. Free pawn, yeah. As I can't take the bishop, it's guarded by the queen. Another dumb move. Okay, it's saying I should have come here. I end up doing it the next move. So like I said, I wasn't like too crazy about the knight move in the match. I didn't quite know what to do with the knight. Yeah. Oh, I could have guarded this pawn with the rook. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And look, I end up losing the pawn. So now I'm down 2 points, which is 2.5. I'm down 2.5. So I had some sloppy play. This is my first game of the day. I woke up fairly early, and this is my first game. I take the king off the back rank. He wants me to challenge the queen, which I do. The queen came down. See from right here, that's the big blunder is if I were to challenge the queen, instead when it was here, it could have just gone there to guard the king. And if I try to give a check with my rook here and the queen here, the queen just take. But now this queen's screwed. It's a blunder. It loses a queen. I saw it pretty much right away. And I kind of double checked myself. Here's the tactic. Alright. That was a better move, backing up one. I didn't even see that because then that pawn is there. Then my opponent did a pretty long think on this move too. I thought my opponent was going to resign because look, 9:07 when this happens, and then 3:42. So it was an over a 5 minute to make the move. My opponent just grabs my queen. I just go in for checkmate. And then when I went in for checkmate, I thought it was game over, and then I saw this bishop here, right? And so I was almost thinking, well, when I do this, the king's gonna move. The king, no, not the king will move, but the bishop will go, right? I thought, well, maybe I just end up taking the queen at this point. Silly me, I forgot that I had enough space here. Still, there was still a square that I could still do my checkmate, and there was checkmate. So yeah, you have to constantly look at your board. Constantly double, triple check yourself. Check your math. Check your, in life, because sometimes what's in your mind and what's actually on the board are two different things, or you have the win and you're not looking hard enough, I won a match yesterday that my opponent had me, and they didn't see the mate, so always keep fighting in your matches, because sometimes your opponents don't see what you see, and they rush through a move, and you can still win. Very and even if there's a lot of material imbalance, you could still get a stalemate. So if you're trying to improve your rating and try to win more matches and draw more matches, you really have to fight to the bitter end on the majority of the boards, on the majority of the matches. It's the only way you can scrape more wins and more draws. And you have to be scrappy. You have to have thick skin, and it's okay to resign sometimes. Sometimes there's just no point. But just remember, every time you resign when you think there's no point, maybe there was moves to be made that could help you at least get a draw. And I know when I practice against the chess engines, they always find moves, so that's something to keep in mind, that there's always some kind of move to be made that can help your situation. It might not win you the match, it might not get you a draw, but it'll at least help you recognize when you have a chance, when you should continue fighting, because you'll start seeing when a match is just totally, lost, or when you still have some fighting chances. Okay, this is interesting. What to do here? Wow. I don't even know what the threat is here. Well, I see that my rook's hanging. That I see. It's black to move. I see this. I could go here. And I could also come here. Guard the rook. Yeah, I don't know. This is not obvious to me what the solution is. It's going to make for a long puzzle right here. Probably going to have to just get a hint. So I don't really see it. What about right here? What about just coming? Oh, if I come here, I'm out of all this, and I'm still guarding this. But look at this. This is scary. And where do I go here? Down here? And I lose, but I'm still guarded. Okay. Okay, this is probably wrong, but I'm just gonna do it. Okay. Alright. Alright. What about this? No. What about that? No. Okay, so I was close. But why does this not just, okay, so it could have just taken this rook. That's how I would have played. I know this is a check, but okay, how about that? Yeah, I don't like this puzzle. Excellent play, you solved it. Yeah, right, I didn't solve it. Okay, it says this is a 1673 rated puzzle. Okay, this is the puzzle ID number where it says rating. But I believe that's the puzzle ID number, the 1959848. And then next to it, it says 1673 in bold. That's the actual puzzle rating. And then the negative 12 means I lost 12 points. Let's try this again. Yeah, I mean, it wants to go there so I can get here. This is a check. So now I'm going here. And then I'm just going to take. And I'm playing with a queen and a rook against a rook and a knight. Yeah. That was one thing about chess that annoyed me, was when I would solve puzzles or work on puzzles and not get them right. And then I didn't understand why the solution was what. Most of the time I can understand, but sometimes I can't at this point. Just sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Well, somehow I need to, and it's black to move, and I'm in check right now. Right? I'm in check. Huh. I'm in check from this. Is there anywhere to go with this? I mean, it's black to move. I'm in check. I mean, if I move my queen, it doesn't even matter. Look. I think I just have to go here. But then look, if I go here, I have to go there. Okay. Okay, correct, well played. I earned 5 rating points. Okay, that puzzle's a 1052. Yeah, see the knight is guarding this square. So if I had moved here, it would say this is wrong, see? That's wrong because this is controlling this is controlling this, then all this has to do is like, you know, you can go there, you can go here, that would block, but you could take back. Yeah, so here, take. Alright, let's try one more. Try to do like 2 or 3 puzzles or more, depending how I feel. Um, that's a check, then I would lose that. How about we take with a check? No? Crazy, wow. How about we take like that? No? How about like that? Okay. Okay. Let's do another one. No? Wow. This is just really bad. Oh, right here. It's right here. See, you're at risk of just losing right here. I mean, your king's going to have to get over here or here or something. You're going to lose your rook. So you have to really, really do the most forcing move you can do. Yeah, and you can't take that bishop because the queen's guarding that, so. And if you move the rook here, that's not a check. You just lose your match pretty quick. Whereas this is a check. This is guarding all this. Mutually guarding, yeah. That's a beautiful checkmate right there. It's a beautiful checkmate. Very easy checkmate. Very easy puzzle. You definitely get better at the puzzles the more you do them, and I really have not done them very often lately. Okay, black to move. So you want to get this king away from the rook. And the king can't go here, so it's going to have to move farther away. Right? It can't go here. It has to get off the E file. So it's going to go like right in here. It's forced to move. Okay. And then I take. And I can take again. And then I can just come in and promote. And have a queen, you know. I could also battle it out with my opponent and win with a rook, but that's more work, you know. It's a lot more work to do that. Okay, so let's just try to do, let's try to get, I don't even know if I feel like dealing with it, because this thing's going to move all over the place. Let's just try to shrink the board. Okay, so we're going to try to shrink the board. Okay. I'm going to start shrinking the board. So all I'm trying to do is just get, I'm trying to make the board smaller so that we can get this win. But we have to watch out for stalemate too. We have to watch out for that. So right now, because it's just a king. You're just getting the win against a king. There's the king, the white position doesn't have any pawns it can move or something to help prevent a stalemate. See, like I still have a pawn on the board. I could always push a pawn somewhere if I was in a bad position in this, which I'm not. So, okay. So if I go here to shrink the board again, white will be forced, that's the only square white can go to. Right? Then I could come in with a check. You could try that. Alright, wow, it said it was best. Rook to c2 is an alternative. Yeah, I saw that. That's an alternative. So we could bring the king here now. Let's just see if that messes us up. Okay. Okay. This is where it gets a little tricky. Are we supposed to do this? Okay. Okay, how do we win? H5 is best. Oh, wow, it said do your pawn. Oh, okay. Okay. See, H5 is a mate in 1. How is H5 a mate in 1? How is H5 a mate in 1? Let's look at that. King to B3, yeah. And that's what I would have done. I would have brought this king over. Yeah, so now this is the mate. See? So H5 was just more of just a move to make a move so that this white king would be stuck making a move. And so now you have your checkmate because you come in with the rook from c2 to c1, and that's mate because this is the check. And then the king can't go here or here because of opposition. So there you go. Checkmate. Alright, let's try one more puzzle in the video. See if it's still raining outside. Yeah, the water's still dripping off the roof. I don't see any more sprinkles, but it's still coming off our roof, gutters. Okay, let's try one more move, one more puzzle. And another bit of advice for people, if you don't feel like doing puzzles, maybe you shouldn't play matches until you're warmed up and feel like your mind, like I know I'm a lot sharper on my matches in the evening because my mind is, my brain's just working better. Right now, I just, sleepy. Still sleepy. White to move. What are we doing? Well, I see this. This attacks the queen. I think the bishop will come in. I will take. And you're going to lose a queen like that. I mean, I could try that. That's sort of a good way to do it, I think. Nope. Not the right way. What about this? What about this? And then this. See? See? You're going to lose your queen. Okay. Yeah, I knew there was a way to trap the queen because the queen's in front of the king. And you just have too much firepower in here, to not trap this queen. It would be hard. I'm all the way over here on a white square. I mean, this bishop could have given me a check. That's about all it could have done, though. Alright. I still sort of like this move, though. It challenges the queen. Oh, but then the queen will move. The queen could just opt to move. And get back maybe over there. Whereas this, you're going to lose a piece. I mean, I don't know why, just didn't take, decided to castle. I mean, I get it, but, I mean, you end up losing your queen anyways. Alright, I'm going to end the video there. Have a good one. Take care, everyone. Have a great week coming up. Bye-bye.